You're welcome to the next MP. My name is Kafui Dey. Good to have you here. My guest is a trained science teacher and the independent parliamentary candidate for the good people of Aguna East in the Central Region. Welcome to the show, Mr. Anthony Ni Ajete Ejay. Welcome to the next MP.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kafui.
Why do you want to be the next MP for the people of Aguna East on an independent ticket? Neither MPP nor NDC or CPP or PPP or all the other combinations of alphabet letters.
Yeah, it's just simple. It's a simple thing. It's a passion for Ghana. And, passion drives everything in terms of leadership and what you can think about. Mm-hmm. And I think that if you think about Ghana, you wouldn't want to go that political. Because from the inception of our independence, let's trace it back to even just recent constitutional rule from 92. The two parties have deceived Ghana. All those parties have deceived Ghana. They don't think about Ghana. They think about themselves. Honestly, from NDC to NPP, look at what they've done to Ghana. So I think that when we want to put Ghana somewhere, we must go independent and think about Ghana than thinking about our party. That's why I chose to go independent. And looking at Aguna East has been deprived from so many things: leadership, good governance, and participatory democracy, if I should put it that way. So I think that, we have what it takes to take Aguna East to where it belongs. You may ask why, but it's simple. Aguna East in Ghana has had many of our decision makers coming from Aguna East. Dr. Kwesi Butre, the Ahoys, Kudalo from IGP, comes from that area. We have lots of them. The Yanka brothers, they are from Aguna East. They are the movers and shakers of this country. But go to the constituency, and you'll be surprised at the kind of deprivation.
It's quite a strong description to say that the other parties have deceived the people. Why the choice of that word?
I'm being very charitable in choice of words. See what is happening: the corruption, nepotism. You can name them. I've traveled across Ghana. Check the nook and cranny of Ghana. Ghana is not Accra. Even Accra, go to even some of the suburbs. Check their roads. Check what we call development. You don't have to have rocket scientists to go into growth and development or leadership. Take NDC, take MPP. What have they done? Other than all the time equalizing. This person, now they are even competing in corruption. Who has done best in corruption index? That's quite surprising. So it tells you that for me, I don't see those two parties having anything good for Ghana. Look.
So you don't want to associate yourself with NDC or MPP. Have you always thought like this?
I have thought like that for several times. But at times you may have your political ideology. You understand me? You may want to join one political party, but probably whatever they are doing will not align to whatever you believe in. So because of the time, it took me some years to decide on what to do.
But you were associated with NDC?
Oh, yes, in a way.
For how long?
I began politics 6 years old. I followed Jerry John Rawlings. To surprise you to know that 79 I was campaigning for Dr. Ila Liman. As a small boy, 6 years old, down to, I was reading, I had good parents who gave me all that it takes. Started reading very good, very early age. So around 78, 5 years coming, I was reading the newspapers, graphic. Back then, I was sharing flyers in my area, South Abari Estates, for Liman.
Why Liman?
No, those times, it was, let me say, the constitutional rule when Jerry John Rawlings handed over, ex-president Jerry Rawlings handed over to Liman around that time. Those times we were having Pa William Koo, I remember so well. Because Liman As a young guy, I like his demeanor, very calm, his white hair, how he talks. His last rally at Kajano, I was there, very young boy. So after 81, I started, I love Rawlings' ideology, the probity, accountability, and transparency in governance. And Rawlings, all the time, he swayed to most of us, the young ones.
And that's why you became an NDC chap. When did you register to become NDC?
NDC is not a conglomerate of parties. NDC is from PNDC. It's a fact, Kafui. You know it. Okay. NDC is carved from PNDC. Yes. Nobody can run away from that.
So you were a PNDC man before you became an NDC guy.
But quite ironically too, I love Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I love Dr. J.B. Dankwa. These are my political mentors. And the two overlap in a way. They come into. But Jerry John Rawlings was having that charisma. He loved Ghana. He's a man who, forget about all the innuendos and all the excesses of the revolution. The man is something that happened to Ghana.
I know that you were a part of the NDC, and you've done some work with the NPP before as a consultant. These are the people who you don't want to associate with, but you did work with them. Did you have a convention on the road to Damascus?
No, you see, in working with them, you get to know what is really happening within the system. You get to know what really works within the two parties. And I've seen it all. I've seen it all from the grassroots to the top. You know what changed me to toe this independent line? From 2004 coming down during President Kufuor's era. He's got good heart for Ghana. But coming down 2008 when Professor Ivan Zata Mills, our late president came on board. He brought that father for all game. But coming down to 2012, things changed. People are into politics because of their selfish means. They are not into politics because of the love for the job. They go there for their own selfish means. I'm being very brutally frank here. They don't care about the populace. They don't care about Ghana. They care about themselves and their children. And
so when did you stop being an NDC member?
Far back 2012. But it was on and off to 2016. When 2015, if you follow, I follow you very good on Facebook. If you watch my writer, some of us are the pioneers of Facebook, 2007.
You resigned? Did you resign?
They sort of kicked me out.
They kicked you out, or they did?
They did kick me out.
What did you do?
The offense came when they had the hint that I was going independent just last year. They didn't believe it. They thought I was joking. But later on, the communications director for Central Region, Kwesi Dawood, sent me text messages that he has been asked to remove me from all platforms. I would no more belong to the party and all those. I said, for me, I moved from the party long ago. You know it. And I don't associate myself with so many of the party because I saw that what is happening is not what was fought for. And I think about Ghana, so why should I waste my time when people that are not even on the ground are doing what you don't want them to do?
Are you hurt by the way they treated you?
No, in no way, because I have...
Because the NDC is your hero's party, Jerry John Rawlings.
Jerry John Rawlings, former president, personally, but not because of that as NDC. Jerry John Rawlings, he appeals to me in one way. What I believe in, he believes in that. You understand me? In terms of probity, accountability, and transparency, and the love for Ghana. And the love for Ghana. So I think that, 2016, I knew NDC would lose. I knew perfectly well. Because
out of the bitterness that they
strategically
inflicted on you, or what?
No bitterness. I'm very soft-hearted, kind-hearted. I don't put things in me. What they are doing wrong, tell them they won't listen to it. I knew it would happen, and it happened. But it happened with pain in the sense that ex-President John Mahama didn't deserve that. People didn't support him. He was doing his own campaign.
What did he deserve? The margin of defeat? The 1 million?
No, even his campaign. Did you watch his campaign very well? Some of us did a strategic analysis of his campaign, even before the time. It was fanfare. It was fanfare, Kafui. And, people were in to take what they want, not what they want to use for the campaign.
Is that not how you politicians behave?
No, not all politicians behave that way. I can give you so many instances. That's what I'm saying. J.B. Dankwa and Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah are perfect examples that we have to follow in Ghana.
And we're going to go for a quick break right now. My guest is independent parliamentary candidate for Agona East, the Central Region. When we return, I'll ask him what he thinks his chances are of going up against a Minister of State and a former Deputy Central Regional Minister. Stay with us. This is the next MP.
As the national regulator of the communications industry in Ghana, the National Communications Authority seeks to ensure an environment that is safe and fair for consumers and service providers. NCA grants licenses and authorizations for operation of communication systems and services, develops guidelines to streamline communication activities, establish and monitor quality of service indicators for operators and service providers. NCA is in 8 regions: Accra, Tamale, Takoradi, Kumasi, Ho, Kafui Dey, Sunyani, and Bolgatanga. Do you have unresolved complaints with your service providers? Contact us on 0800110662, 0307011419 between the hours of 8 o'clock a.m. and 5 o'clock p.m. from Monday to Friday, or visit our website at www.nca.org.gh and follow the procedure for filing a complaint or submitting enquiry. National Communications Authority, communications for development.
Welcome back. This is the next MP. My name is Kafui Dey. My guest is independent parliamentary candidate for Agona East, Anthony Ni Ajete Ejay. And he is running against 2 heavyweights, a former pro-vice chancellor of the University of Ghana and president of Central University, Professor Kwesi Yankah, and a former deputy central regional minister in the person of Queen Star Mami Pokuya Soya. These are heavyweights. What are your thoughts about going up against these heavyweights?
It's motivating. That is one thing that I like about the two personalities. Mami Pokuya, very respectable woman. Professor Yankah, very knowledgeable man, and a member of the intelligentsia. Very true every way, but it's not surmountable. Mami Pokuya have said 2 terms. She has been in position of privilege. You understand me? Professor Yankah is coming in new, and he's having the weight behind him, the government weight behind him as a deputy Minister for Tertiary Education. He's my boss as
an implementer of the free SHS. I mean, he even composed the song, the free SHS song.
But you know, I mean, at times you need to weigh the stress test in the constituency. You know, the people have been deprived of development for a very long time.
He's commissioning projects.
Projects, because you see, this is where I have a problem.
What are you commissioning?
I'm not commissioning anything. I'm about putting on. You see, you're putting on a point. They have the money. They have the, but they don't have the message. Infrastructure, it is government-wise. This is where the people are being deceived.
I was reading online where some members of a community in the constituency were excited that Queen Star came around, because they said, oh, it's not that she's coming in election time. This was 2018. She came around and she was sharing gifts, and they were excited. They said,
tell you something?
We like the fact that you are here. It's not the election time that you only come and give us gifts. You're giving us gifts early.
And the gifts are ongoing. The gifts are ongoing, money sharing openly, I mean, rice, oil, and all those things. But we're also telling them that, is this what we want to take for the 4 years? Then we come back and come and give you sealed projects?
But neither you have a very uphill task.
It's not surmountable.
Because if you the constituency is as deprived as you, you're telling me, how do you can't argue, you can't talk theory with a hungry man.
You know, you can't do that. But at times, you know the situation. 4 years down the line, you don't see the trailers on the road. You don't see projects being commissioned, half building being commissioned. You don't see government projects being aligned to a particular candidate. You don't see the 2 candidates fighting against projects. I initiated it, you didn't do it, and so on and so forth. They are saying it. You see, this is where we must change Ghana politics. Kafui, this is where politics must change. Politics of deception. And I think the people are buying into it. It's so, it's so easy, but it's just you're saying, if 4 years down the line, you don't come to tell us this is what you want to do. We are not seeing the movements, the buildings going up overnight. I'll tell you something. I did a video on Thursday, last week, Saturday or so, on a road in front of my place, a major road, the Bojuasi, Main Street Bojuasi Road, which has been in a budget from 92 to date.
The professor is just commissioning it.
Oh, no. I wish we could take a tour. I just came back from the constituency just yesterday.
It was in the news that their plans are far advanced to
let me tell you something. You see, this is where I have a problem with my learned professor and even the incumbent. Last 4 years, she brought in the China Railway number 5 branch and it's stationed at Nantifa. It's okay. And then they did a road between Nantifa to Konyako. A bit. Go back there. They are back on the road, grading it. Using a thin layer of, not even asphalt. They will tell you is bitumen and gravels on it. I used the route just yesterday. A major road has been graded. Let it rain heavily. And then you see that it will start to go back to that deteriorating state. What are we doing to ourselves?
It's a good question you're asking, but I can imagine that when you go on your visits in the constituency, they ask you, so if you don't represent NDC or MPP, what is your strength, Mr. Ajay, or Ni?
My strength is very good.
What are you going to rely on? I mean, former ministers can rely on the party machinery. A current minister can rely on largesse from
government,
government
projects,
allegedly. Yeah. But what do you rely on? What's your strength?
Because we're so allegedly. I mean, it's there. I mean, it's there. The projects are government. The two people are fighting over it. I started this project using my common fund, and you are claiming that you complete. So you did it. I mean, facts be told, it's not alleged. It is true. It is not somebody's pocket money. We are bringing in jobs.
How are you going to do
We've
that?
started it already. We're looking, I mean, there are opportunities in that constituency. You see, we're looking at creating this farming blocks. And cabbage is one very much commodity that we researched in, and already we've acquired about 25 acres. Going to employ not less than 30 people in blocks to go into farming, not only for elections. After elections, we're going to expand it. We're looking at about 100 acres. The land is available. I don't want to bring out strategies. And we've even employing 4 unemployed graduates. General manager, administrator, accountant, and then field manager.
So there's stuff on the ground.
And when it comes to sports, we are putting in, with some of the people supporting us, we're putting in a multi-purpose town hall we call legacy projects.
Right.
We're going to annex table tennis. Table tennis itself in the constituency, because it's one good thing for the constituency. We put about 5,000 table tennis balls. We're giving them about 3,000 boards, 5,000 bats. And we're going to set it up in the various schools, what we call sportspreneurship.
Yes, but you are giving the way the other guys who are giving.
You see, this is not about elections.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that we'll come back here again. After elections, we continue. It's continuum. We continue to tell them that this is what we want to place you, not to give you money, not to give you that kind of oil, rice, one cloth, 3 years of cloth, sharing it. 4 years, we come back and tell you that we come to give you this project, and then after winning the elections, we go back. We won't come back to you again. No.
Okay.
That's what we want to do.
We will do the evaluation after 4 years.
Whether we win or not, we will come back here, you will see.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about funding.
Yep.
There was a lot of discussion in the papers after the recent MPP primaries, where we heard people asking for their bicycles to be returned.
Yep.
We had reports of people sharing money left, right, and center as if the money was going out of fashion. Yeah. It's an expensive venture. Yeah. One of my previous guests on this show said he spent 300,000, and he was still calculating what the total amount was. How did you fund your campaign? Who's backing you?
This is a very good question. It's capital intensive, because the two parties, that is what drives me away from the two parties. They've monetized politics. And it has become the norm, you understand me, instead of being the ugly side of politics. You can't go to UK and then go and give even a penny or a pound for somebody to vote for you.
Culture is different. How are you funding the T-shirts? How are you funding the TNT?
Fine, This
science teacher.
Yeah, this is mostly through fundraising and through people who believe in the vision. Young people like us, who believe in our vision. The networking and all those things.
So how much have you spent so far?
So far, looking into the crystal ball, Kafui, I mean, it's quite an amount, even not even given out, but just the underground works, visits, group meetings, and all those
But
things.
I'm sure with your
We're
scientific
looking-
brain, I'm sure you've costed it.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking right now we're hitting a bit towards. We don't want me to say this. You want me to say it open
Yes.
like way? So somebody become that. Charlie, this guy is rich. Let me go. No.
You said
You
that
people are funny the whole
were
thing.
fundraising,
Yeah.
fundraising. So how much did the
Somebody's. And people are giving the
fundraising?
T-shirts out. The posters are being done by some other people. Somebody has taken the handkerchiefs, the flags, and all those things. Somebody has taken all those things coming on. But so far, we're looking at going roughly around, if I should put it that way, around 80,000+ right now.
80,000.
Yeah.
That's. I thought it would be more expensive than that.
No,
80,000.
because we don't go to, because we are not paying party. We're not paying party branch members for anything. We are not going to share. You know, something interesting happened yesterday. We're not sharing money to people to go and register.
So what's your organization like? Just give us a sense, because on the show you are the very first independent candidate to grace our stage.
Yeah.
What's your organization like? How do you get on the ground and get the message out?
What we're doing that we zone the place into 4. We zone the place. It's a very huge constituency, but you know there are more, let me say, peri-urban and rural areas. So we zone it into 4. So we take it. We're doing the door-to-door style. You know, this time we're doing the digital campaign as well, and aggressive contact. I mean, visibility. We're using the media. We're using the one-on-one contact. This weekend we did 1/2 of the constituency. That's the second group, and that's we call it the Duakwa Enclave, where we pass through Namangura, we talk to people, we went in. But the bottom line is, if you are coming, we need money. You have to give us money. You see, you have to give us jobs. This is what we want. And this is the cry of the youth. So it's kind of.
So what do you tell when somebody says I need money? What's your response? What's your classic response?
We are not coming. We're not the big parties. You know, we're not the big parties. That we should change that rendition. We want to create money that they can use several years, not one off. If I give you money and I don't win, and I go and somebody comes and says, "Don't give you money," or I can give you 2,000 cedis, and it goes 4 years, you've mortgaged your own life.
But that must be tough, you know. Somebody says, "Look, I need money," and then you are telling him that, "Oh, I'll help you to create money," and the guy is hungry now.
You know, it's not about. This is where the politicians. This is where the big parties capitalize on the conscience of the people. It's not so difficult that way. They understand you. They know what you are doing. They know the road they use when they have emergencies. They know how many people have died on the road with these manholes on the road. As I was saying previously, within two days or 3 days, when we did that video to bring it out, they've come to level the road, manholes. They've come to level just about a short portion from Swesco Junction to Maryland Junction.
So you believe you are channeling the disappointments and frustrations of
the
the
people.
I've also looked at the numbers, and I've realized that independent candidates get less than even 1%, 1% of the vote. It's a bit like a mosquito trying to do damage to an elephant.
That's what I believe.
Or an umbrella.
That's what I believe. An umbrella can fly away.
It can fly away.
Yeah, it can fly somewhere with
So-
a little wind.
Are you going to win this election?
Yeah, I'm very optimistic, Kafui. You see, election can even won on the last day. Kafui, I'm serious with you. You see, people, you know, I don't understand why we always think it's impossible to do the unthinkable.
Well, it's okay to be motivated, but then at some point in time, you have to be realistic.
Yeah, the realistic nature is that I'm not, you know, if I don't done the SWOT or SWOT analysis, I wouldn't even have wasted money coming in to go and rally behind people to have this fundraising and all those things.
Okay,
and
great. Let's talk about SWOT then. What are your strengths?
Oh, my strengths are
What your
very,
strengths?
my strengths are very, very good. You know, I appeal to the youth. The youth, the voting population is about 40%, 50%, or even more of the youth.
Does it matter that you're not an indigent?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't, because I've stayed there for over 16 years.
So you speak
and I'm
fancy?
still there.
You speak fancy?
I speak number 3, number fancy. I mean, I speak Dagona in a way.
Your-
I'm still there. You see the point I'm making? I've taught there for 13 good years.
Do your opponents use it against you that, listen, why should you give the vote to somebody who doesn't come from here? Have you heard things like that before?
No, they began on that. They began on that score. But later on, they realized that even Honorable Commander Battles hails from that constituency. But he came to Ablekuma South, Ablekuma, is it South also, to be the MP.
Accra.
Today, the daughter, Sheila, is now the MPP, aspiring MP. So
the,
what's
the,
a big
the
deal?
ethnic ties are not
it's
that
going, it's, I mean, it's
strong
going.
again.
Queen Star Sawyer has got a root in, within the enclave of Accra.
Okay.
She's got a business in Accra here, because
Right.
from Agona East to Accra is about 45 minutes right.
So
So when we look at the other dynamics too, you see that in a word, I'm a homeboy. I'm not like somebody who is new to the place.
Okay.
You see what I'm making?
So you're a homeboy, you appeal to the youth. Those are your
Yes.
strong.
And even the grown-ups themselves.
Okay.
Because you see, even the party people, the party folks are disappointed in their own people. I don't want us to go into that, but I know what is on the ground.
So are they defecting to your camp? Or they are telling
On the
you,
silent.
we'll vote for you,
I can tell you that I'm very close to Professor Yanka's campaign manager. We chat. I mean, he knows his own special assistant. I'm very close to him. We chat. We talk. But he knows what I believe in. And I know they are doing their bit. It got to a point, they said NPP was sponsoring me to do damage. NPP has got no CD in our campaign.
How about NDC?
NDC, I mean, their party even at the branches are not, it's not even working. It's not even working in the constituency. Take it or leave it.
So if you were to win the election and you entered the House, which party would you align with? Because you don't have a party.
Yeah. If you can ask a question, is it constitutionally mandated that, I'll answer you, but is it constitutionally mandated that we should be aligned to one political party?
I'm just asking my question.
You see, this is some of the misconceptions.
No, I'm curious. Would you align to any of the parties?
I wouldn't want to use the word align, because what we're going to do is that in our 4 zones that we've zoned in, when there's any controversial issue that you want to vote in, I can even invite you to the constituency to even educate the people. Then we pull the votes. When we pull the votes, wherever they want us to vote towards, we will vote towards us.
But the House of Parliament has people on this left, the
majority and the minority.
So where would you sit?
Probably we will try and find that dichotomy to create a new thing in Parliament. We'll create a bridge.
We don't only have independent parliamentary candidates, we also have independent presidential candidates.
Yeah.
Is there one that you are rooting for?
I'm rooting for one strongly. I've heard of Ghanaian, Marek.
Marek?
He's a Marek, but I'm more aligned to Cranton. Marek is good. He's a good guy. I've listened to him. But Cranton toes my line.
What is that line?
That line is thinking about Ghana.
Who's your bigger threat? Queen Star or Professor Yanka?
I'll be very honest, Professor Yanka.
He's a bigger threat to you.
I won't mince meat on this.
Although he's not
currently
in the seat.
Do you know why?
Why
Do you know
is he a
why?
bigger threat? Tell me.
Leadership. Leadership. I'm not running. I'm not. I've promised my people that I don't even believe in politics of insults. Okay. We'll deal with the issues. You see, when debating with Professor Yanka, he's a member of the intelligentsia. Agona East has got members of good standing, but Professor Yanka comes with a leadership feel. I'm not vouching for him. He's a good material.
You think he's a bigger threat, though?
Bigger threat to me, but he's not much a threat.
Would you be surprised if the NDC believe that your being there may split the vote and actually affect them because of your NDC roots?
Splitting, which votes? I'm even splitting the MPP votes. So, I don't believe in some of those things.
Splitting votes left, right, and center.
So that's what we want to pull. We pull it, and then we take from. There we go. Okay. You see, what the point is that Queen Star has been there 8 years.
You think it's time for her to rest?
Not resting. What has she got to show? That is a mistake the NDC did.
Okay, let's put Queen Star aside. I'm sure when she gets on the show, she'll defend herself. But before we go to our break, what's your greatest weakness?
It's about the money and the monocracy being introduced in the country. I've never seen such thing before.
That may be a fatal weakness to your campaign. The fact that you don't have enough cash.
Why should we monetize our politics, Kafui?
Because nobody gets punished for spending.
And they'll be punished now. And they're going to be punished now. You see, I'm telling you that it takes only a day to win an election. It can take a day to change things. The people are now wise, Kafui. They are now wise. Yes, they will hold their political parties very, very strong. I'm telling you that on the ground itself, I've interacted with many NPP people who are not even happy with Prof. Yanker's candidature. NDC people who are not even happy with Queen Star's hijacking, to say, in quotes, the party in the constituency or the party imposing on the constituency.
So do you think by default you can take those votes? That's almost like campaigning on somebody to make mistakes instead of you pushing your positive agenda.
It's all one game. you are pushing your agenda, but mind you, it's strategic. You must also hit on where they are also having their weaknesses. You know, you can't say that go to election with one focus. People think the previous government won the elections because of free SHS. No, it came on about, I can mention 5 planks.
Okay.
You see the point? So when you are going, I mean, unless you look at their weaknesses too, their strengths is about.
And then you add your
You add your points to it. And we are
Okay.
doing the job. We are doing the job. We are doing it.
All
we are
right.
doing it. I mean, that's it.
We're doing it, and we are doing it and going into a break. This is the next MP. My name is Kafui Dey. My guest is independent parliamentary candidate for the good people of Agona East in the Central Region. His name is Anthony Ejete Ejay. When we return, we'll have his thoughts on education and COVID. Don't go away. This is the next MP.
Hello, my name is Jermaine Nkrumah. For decades, leaders in Ghana have been complaining about brain drain, referring to the mass exodus of Ghanaians into foreign lands. The good news is lately, that brain drain has actually evolved into what many refer to as brain gain. In other words, Ghanaians left and have acquired new skills, and they are now available to come home to help with national development. In fact, here at DNT, we insist that there is nothing that Ghana needs done towards her development that she cannot find a Ghanaian to do, be they at home or from somewhere in the world. The question is there a role for Ghanaians abroad to play in Ghana's development? If the answer is yes, then we have to ask ourselves, what are the measures that have been put in place to facilitate their return home to help with nation building? Join me on Diaspora Weekly every Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning as I engage Ghanaians, be they at home or abroad, as we analyze the topical issues and relevant issues pertaining to how diasporans abroad can come home and help with nation building. My name is Jermaine Nkrumah, and this is Diaspora Weekly.
Hi, and welcome to the next MP. My name is Kafui Dey. My guest, independent parliamentary candidate for Agona East in the Central Region, Anthony Ejete Ejay, who has had the good fortune of being educated in so many parts of Ghana, in Greater Accra region, Ashanti region, Eastern region. He's worked in the Central region as well. Science teacher, and I'm wondering, as a teacher, how did you feel about the final year students coming back to school right in the middle of a raging pandemic?
It was apprehensively anxious. I don't want to say that I felt so bad. I mean, it's bound to happen at a point.
Would you send your children back to school if they were that age?
My child is in school. She's in school. She's in your school. She's in Achimota. My child is in school. She's in Form 2 Gold. You know, and it's a necessary evil. I mean, that's must happen.
Weren't you scared?
I wasn't scared in a way because we sat her down, myself and my wife sat her down, we conscientized her, we told her what to do, not to do.
Was she scared?
Initially she was scared, I'll be very frank. But later on, after talking to her friends, you know, the WhatsApp group, friends were putting on things there. But initially, after, everything, once we, the parents, are quite solid in telling her what she should do, what she shouldn't do. And, you know, she's updated on COVID-19. For my children, we always sit together to discuss so many issues because as I sit here right now, you know, during the lockdown, I did about 3 courses with WHO, that open course online. And so most of the time we discuss all this. So she was quite good, and she's doing very good. Nothing goes.
What were your feelings when you heard about what was going on with Accra girls, 6 students down with COVID,
teacher and spouse.
and then parents wanting to take their children out of that situation. The authorities saying, no, you can't take them out. Today I was listening to the news and they're saying that, listen, some of these cases to the schools, it appears that the people even brought the case to school. I mean, what are your thoughts as a teacher and as a parent even?
You know, it got to me a bit, but I'm someone who doesn't so much breakdown on certain things. You have to analyze the situation and then move by that. Ghana, we have a problem in Ghana. You know, our bane in Ghana is the crit when it comes to analytical discussions or issues or critical thinking in just.
Well, are you saying that we don't think critically in Ghana?
Oh, Kafui, look at I'm not being derogatory, but I'm talking in general terms. Someone will tell you something. You see something, online. You won't open it to read what's there. Then we start jumping into conclusions.
Well, that's human nature.
I mean, it shouldn't be Kafui. And you know, when there's a problem, we have to relax, look at the problem, and then analyze it, and then move on with that.
Are you too idealistic? You want things to happen.
I'm a realist
instead of accepting things that are there and then working around them.
I'm very critical in one. I'm very realistic in situations. When it happened that way, you know, you look at the situation. Protocols have been put in place. Accra Girls is not a small school. Definitely, they will have protocols set in place. They have next hospital just behind them, Mamobi Polyclinic or hospital or so, and they have 37 even down Kaukudi. So you know, when it gets to that point, yes, parents will be very apprehensive, but. When you get it, they don't give the child to you. What do you do? The authorities are very on top of the issues. You see the point I'm making? So I think, you know, at times we must give them the benefit of the doubt.
In East Africa, Kenya has, they've 2020 academic year, boom, is off. They'll come back to school in 2021. Yeah. The pandemic figures, are rising. Should we be thinking about shutting down the schools?
Not now, Kafui, because we come too far. I'm praying
after you've done your election, then we can shut down. Is that
it? No. You know, I'm not foreseeing that we shut down. Let's still.
It will affect your campaign.
No, you see, it's rather helping my campaign. It's rather helping my campaign. I'll tell you why. You see, but let's come back to what you are asking. These children, I'm praying they write their exams and then they go back home. That's all my prayers. You see, because the Form 3 sitting at home, not finalizing not writing their final exams. It's also a point of anxiety for the whole country. They are in now. They are safe in a way. We'll get 1 or 2, 3 cases, but let's situate everything within our context as a country.
So we shouldn't take the children back home.
Let's wait. I will call for that when the cases start going beyond certain measures.
It's already around 20,000 plus.
No, within the enclave of the school, Kafui.
Okay.
You see, now six.
You're not thinking of Ghana, just the schools.
The schools. You know, Ghana, because we are no. You know, you want me to use some words. Ordinarily, when I was coming here, people were not maxed up on the road. I'm alone in the car, but I was maxed up. People, so it's the discipline level.
Okay, I get you.
You see, so the school, they are safe. I'm praying by next 2 weeks, the gold track are coming back home.
That's where your daughter's track?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the Form 3s will write their exams and they'll start trickling home and everything will be seized. Then we can then shut down everything. Right. And then if they should even go on lockdown, for some of us, it will even help our campaign because digital campaign will now be the thing of the day. And I think that's
for me, it's good. It's cheaper. You don't have to move around too much.
And even what I'm saying is cheaper is very, very expensive.
Yes, but better than moving around. Yeah. What is your take? I mean, the voters register is germane to your campaign because that's where the people who are going to vote for you, hopefully in Aguna East, that's where their names reside. Yeah. What's your take on what has happened with the voters register? The fact that you can't use the old card, you have to use your Ghana card or your passport or your guarantee, 10 people, all of that.
From day one, I was of a view. I was here for a morning show program, and I said this, that I believe in one thing. I believe in institutions working very well. All the noises being made, the EC is an independent institution.
So you didn't agree with the NDC's view?
I never agreed with the two parties because, you know, I never agreed with the two parties in any way. They should leave the EC to do its job. This is how we can build a nation. And lo and behold, the NDC, for example, went all around and ended up in the Supreme Court. And what happened? Look, when you go, take responsibility for your own self.
The argument too is that they were just testing the law, and now they've gotten the response. Because now I see their billboards around town, rise up and register.
You see where I have the problem. Why don't you test the law from the word God? Waste money on demonstrations across the country. Waste man-time, waste human resources, hold press conference. Yes, you say it's part of the politicking. Exactly, but strategically, it is wrong.
But so do you still want to go and advise them? They should leave them to do their mistakes.
No, they should do it.
So you win.
You see, but at the end of the day, now you see, the pain is that we think everyone is not discerning. And this is what the people in the grassroots have been made to believe. So our party, you see, I understand them. They want to pep up their bases. But you see, don't do that at the detriment of the nation. From the day one, if you believe in your democratic credentials, you go to court. It settles it. The EC can account for itself. I mean, let me, I don't want to. The EC is about 7-8 member committee, not only Madam Jane.
So the institution.
Institution itself. They will account one day. I have done my registration. I went around some, and it was so good social distance. Let me give thumbs up to the people of Ghana East.
Did you bus people in?
No. I didn't do that. Yesterday, for example, people were given 5 cities for them to come out to. I'm saying this on authority to come out and register.
Who gave them the money?
Would I even know? You know what they do? I have my people there at some of the registration centers where they are picking numbers. You see, when you come, they pick your contact and other things. So at the end of the day, we'll be blasting to them and other things. And they will ask you, Adam, 5 cities, no way.
5 Ghana.
5 Ghana.
To put your name down.
And when they are done, then they will go and bring them. But honestly, I don't see people being bused to Agona East. Honestly, to the two parties. But they go to house, get 5 cities, go and register.
So the process is working. Aside of the 5 CDs, generally the process is working.
It's working so beautifully. Let me give to I spent less than 10 minutes in going through my process, and I had a very beautiful card.
Okay.
What are you doing it? Yes. When it comes to accountability about manners and all those things cool. I mean, you can deal with that, but it shouldn't be the substantive issue against an institution's own mandate. That is my problem with most of the people who were against it. You see, go register, and today they have their billboards there. The money used in all those things, they could have been used to do good campaigning.
Maybe they'll tell you that they have more money. You don't have too much.
They should
money,
spend it. They should spend, and this is why we are destroying this country. Then when they come into power, they will want to recoup those monies. Instead of, look, you see, let's get time. I know one day we'll come back again, and we'll talk about things. These two parties are not helping Ghana. And Ghanaians must realize they are not helping us. And we must punish them. They should go for at least 4 years or 8 years. When they come back, they will start towing the line of Ghana. Check the traffic, check the portals on our road, manholes on our road. You see, so I think it's cool. It's good.
So we are gradually counting down to the D-Day, 7th December 2020, where it's your hope that the people of Agona East will make you their MP on an independent ticket. But if you don't win, what next?
That's an unlikely possibility. But what next? I mean, we continue with the projects that we've started. The farming project, the entrepreneurship. We're going to tell the people, show the people that it's doable. So regardless of whoever wins, we're going to put pressure on the person. Even if it's me, the pressure will come on me to do what I want to do. So it's opening up the constituency for the youth, to create jobs, better education for them. And I'm trying to source out a very about 150-seater modern library for the constituency. If I don't win, it will still come on. We're going to, because I'm still young in politics, so we're not going to stop anything. We won't behave like them that 4 years and they come back to come and put tractors, bulldozers, head movers on the road and start commissioning projects which was not done from their pocket, but it's government projects.
Will you ever form a party or join any of these parties?
You can't say never in the near future, but it's an unlikely possibility, let's put it that way, because it should be that think about Ghana. Not when the thing is wrong, I should defend you. When it is wrong, and it's against Ghana's own progress. No, I won't do it. So with that, I can't belong to any of them. I just can't. I just can't belong to any of them. So it will be a long driven. We will continue with it. Next 4 years, if in the unlikely event that we don't, next 4 years, we'll be there.
What's your message for those watching right now from the constituency, and what's your message to them, really?
Yeah, Kafui, let me, before I tell my constituency my message, let me tell the populace of Ghana and all those watching us this very evening that, we need your support. The youth, the media, yourself, people who can give T-shirts should give the T-shirts to us. I mean, whatever. They should let us change the rendition. And I mean, don't care wherever you belong to. It is about Ghana. From there, we'll move up to wherever I want to go to. And then let me say that to my constituents, I mean, change is coming come December 7th. This is a change that they need. Anthony Ni Ajeti Ajay, the jobs. We're giving meaning to education. My teacher folks there, teacher associations, the farmers, the drivers, the apprentices. I've been there with them in the trenches. It's not about taking money for 4 years, mortgaging your life for 4 years. Remember to vote for me when it gets to December 7th. And then we will take Agona East to a different level. Thank you very much, Kafui.
Thank you very much, Anthony Ni Ajete Ajay. Follow him on Facebook, and he has this hashtag, Time No Day. And Time No Day for us on the show. Yes. That's our show for today. My name is Kafui Dey, and thank you for watching The Next MP.